Prince Harry suggests Meghan Markle is behind attacks on royal family. Meghan Markle is behind Prince Harry's attacks on the royal family, the wayward prince suggested in a podcast interview. "My wife had the most amazing explanation. You don't need to be a princess. You can create the life that will be better than any princess," Harry told Dax Shepard's armchair expert. And that is coming from her own lived experience. Harry suggested Meghan's comments completely changed his view of royal life, The Sun reported. That set him up for the situation he is in now, publicly criticizing his family, including sniping about Prince Charles' parenting skills during the podcast. The younger son of Charles and Princess Diana compared his royal life to The Truman Show, and suggested growing up in palaces, being waited on hand and foot, and attending the world's top schools was like being an animal at the zoo. The comments have not gone over well. Many pointed to apparent hypocrisy in the amount of publicity Harry and Meghan have sought since their bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, which reportedly left Prince Charles fuming. How many more times is this spoiled brat going to publicly trash the dad who has bankrolled him his entire life? Piers Morgan tweeted after the interview was released. Prince Harry blasts Dad Charles' parenting. He passed on pain and suffering. The Prince Harry saga has gone from reality show to Game of Thrones. The renegade Duke took his war with his family to a new level Thursday as he claimed in a new interview that Prince Charles handed down a cycle of genetic pain and suffering to him, which he and wife Meghan Markle moved to Los Angeles to break. "He treated me the way he was treated," the 36-year-old said on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast. The Duke of Sussex said he had debated leaving royal life since his early 20s because of what it did to my mum, contradicting the narrative that Markle was really the brains behind the move. "It is a lot of genetic pain and suffering that gets passed on anyway," said Harry, who dramatically quit his royal duties and moved to the United States last year. "So we as parents should be doing the most we can to try and say, you know what? That happened to me, I am going to make sure that don't happen to you." The Duke of Sussex said he now wants to break the cycle within his family after realizing that much of the way he was treated as a youngster was the result of how his own dad was raised by Queen Elizabeth II and the late Prince Philip. "I never saw it, I never knew about it, and then suddenly I started to piece it together and go, okay. So this is where he went to school, this is what happened, I know this about his life, I also know that it's connected to his parents, so that means he has treated me the way he was treated, so how can I change that for my own kids?" he said. "And here I am, I moved my whole family to the US, that wasn't the plan, but sometimes you've got to make decisions and put your family first and put your mental health first." Harry went on to describe his life as a royal as a mixture between The Truman Show and being in a zoo. As for his days of wild partying as a young man, Harry chalks it up to childhood trauma, admitting to having experimented with marijuana and excessive drinking in his 20s. The 39-year-old suits alum supported her hubby's decision to relocate, assuring him she didn't need to be a princess, he said. She also encouraged him to seek therapy, as at one point he felt in a cage while fulfilling royal duties, which led to him to be angry about things that were out of his control. "It is the job, right? Grin and bear it. Get on with it. I was in my early 20s and I was thinking, I don't want this job, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this," he said. "Look what it did to my mum. How am I ever going to settle down and have a wife and family when I know it is going to happen again? I've seen behind the curtain," he continued. "I've seen the business model and seen how this whole thing works, and I don't want to be part of this." Harry don't regret the relocation one iota, telling Shepherd that family life has been a lot easier since moving across the pond.